Hello there, you're now with me, Lorenzo Isaac, for TVS English News at 5. Let's get to the headlines. A comprehensive flood prevention study will be conducted throughout Sarawak, including adopting Dutch methods and techniques in flood prevention in order to determine the best flood mitigation solution and improve the drainage system. Premier Sarawak Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg said that the Ministry of Public Health, Housing and Local Government and other relevant technical departments have been tasked to conduct a thorough study statewide.
Kita membuat satu kajian secara menyeluruh untuk kita memperbaiki sistem drainage di kawasan-kawasan yang ada agak risiko masuk kampung dan juga di kawasan Sungai Sarawak. Dia menggunakan dana yang besar dan itu kita tidak dapat juga membantu negara pusat.
Abang Johari said the inclusion of Dutch methods in the study is particularly interesting as the Netherlands is known for its advanced flood prevention strategies. Dutch methods such as building dams, dikes and flood-resistant buildings could be effective in Sarawak, given the state's susceptibility to floods.
Di Belanda, negeri yang di bawah level sea level. Kalau Belanda malah mesti ada sistem yang baru. Dan kita kalau sistem yang dapat kita guna pakai di Sarawak, jadi kita buatkannya secara bertingkat lah.
He told this to reporters during a visit to flood victims at a temporary flood relief center (PPS) at SJK Chonghua Batu Kawah on Thursday, March 2nd.
Sarawak will be making history as a rising clean energy powerhouse, particularly with the construction of the first hydropower plant in Kalimantan and potential plans for 2 more in the future. Deputy Premier Sarawak Datuk Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hian pointed out that the negotiations made with Brunei and Singapore for additional projects related to the sector also show the untapped potential revenue.
In a Facebook posting today, March 2nd, Dr. Sim said Sarawak is diversifying its energy portfolio, moving beyond oil and liquefied natural gas (LNG) to explore hydrogen and other forms of renewable energy. He said such a move will help to create a more sustainable energy future and reduce reliance on fossil fuels. At the same time, he further revealed that more than 70% of Sarawak's electricity is suspected to be renewable energy by year 2030. He also pointed out that recently Sarawak, through Sarawak Energy Berhad (SEB), has collaborated with a North Kalimantan company to develop Indonesia's largest hydroelectric power station.
The impact of flood includes loss of human life, damage to property, destruction of crops, loss of livestock, and deterioration of health conditions due to waterborne diseases. As such, the Deputy Premier Sarawak, Dato' Amar Douglas UGGAH, hopes that the flood mitigation projects in flood-prone areas such as Debak Betong can be expedited to minimize its impact on communities. Following that, the Betong Division recorded the highest number of flood victims in the state.
Memang dah ada projek tempatan banjir dirancang dan akan dibina. Cuma apabila kita melaksanakan tempoh hari ada beberapa masalah. Tapi saya percaya masalah itu kita dapat selesai dengan cepat supaya benteng yang dibuat di Kampung Lalang, Kampung Bungi, Kampung Babu dapat kita siap dengan segera. Kita pun rasa simpati dengan masyarakat. Hujan sikit, banjir. Hujan sikit, banjir.
He said this when met by reporters after visiting the temporary relief center at Dewan Millennia in Debak on Thursday, March 2nd. As of 7 a.m. today, there were 213 victims from 51 families sheltering at the Dewan Millennia Relief Center, making Betong the division with the highest number of flood victims in the state. The center was opened at 9 p.m. yesterday for residents displaced by flash floods in Kampung Lalang, Kampung Bunge, and Kampung Babu. In total, Sarawak now has 361 flood victims from 95 families in relief centers.
The Sarawak United People's Party SUPP Senadan is targeting to bring in 1,000 members for the newbies youth wing this year. Senadan Assemblyman Datuk Sri Lee Kim Shin said the wing acts as a platform for youths with similar interests while at the same time enhancing the age group. At present, there are a total of 178 members since its inception in 2022 by SUPP President Datuk Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hian in line with the implementation of Undi 18.
Because this age group, 18-28, of course, they have some of the common interests in group. So we would like to bring in all these young people with common interests together and provide them a platform where they can come together and work out what are the common interests and also a learning platform for them.
Adding to that, Lee said the Newbies Youth Wing provides various programs that aim to help develop the group, especially in the field of technology development, at the same time highlighting micro-entrepreneurs.
For example, they are interested in learning how to do apps, for example, or they want to specialize in some film or movie film making, or they're interested in learning to have TikTok, or whatever their interest and learning, or some of them may be interested to know about this become a micro entrepreneur, start entrepreneurship. So we put all this group together, then we organize them and provide them with various programs that can help to develop them.
He said this during the launching ceremony of SUPP Senadin's Newbies in Miri on Wednesday.
Welcome back. More than 26,000 people in Johor are greatly affected by the flood, prompting authorities to support victims to evacuate from their homes. Minister of Women, Family and Community Development, Datuk Sri Nancy Shukri said the ministry, through its Johor Welfare Department, have mobilized several assistance as a form of temporary relief for the victims. For the details, we have our reporter, Muhammad Yusuf, who is in Parliament. Go ahead, Yusuf.
Thank you, Lorenzo. Now, as we all know, currently Johor is being hit by the worst of flood cases throughout all Malaysia. Johor is being hit the worst. And there's so many people who are affected, so many properties, so many crops, and so many lives have been lost due to all these factors. And as a temporary relief, the Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development, through Datuk Sri Nancy Shukri, of course, have channeled a total of 1,400 retort food packages to the depot right over there in Johor. Now, these retort food packages are a type of food that can be cooked without any source of fire. The food can be cooked just by submerging the whole package into a boiling water. So that makes it easy for the victims to get sustenance that they need to continue surviving through the catastrophe. And aside from the food packages, the ministry have also channeled a total of 1,000 hygienic kit to victims, and this hygienic kit is sponsored by the Yayasan Saim Darby. Of course, a lot of PPS, Pusat Temporary Relief Center, Temporary Evacuation Center have been activated in Johor. And aside from these two relief assistance, the ministry will also be providing psychological support and crisis intervention program for the victims who are affected by the flood, which I'm assuming that they are currently very distraught by all the things that are lost because of the flood. And additionally, Datuk Sri Nancy Shukri also gave several advice to people who are in the vicinity of flood areas to be mindful of where they are walking or where they are exploring within the vicinity of the flood areas. Let's take a look at what she said.
Jadi kepada ibu bapa, mereka yang mempunyai anak kecil ini, dan bukan saja anak kecil tau, anak dewasa. Sebab saya pergi ke Kelantan pada beberapa bulan lepas, di mana orang dewasa umur sudah 30 lebih tahun terpegang tiang, terkena gencatan elektrik, meninggal. Dua adik-beradik seorang lagi cuba nak membantu. Jadi jagalah anak-anak kita dan diri kita supaya kita tidak mendekati tempat-tempat yang berbahaya ini, mempunyai risiko terutama sekali macam boleh berlakunya gencatan elektrik ini. Jadi jaga diri musim banjir ini. Kita simpati, tetapi kita mengharapkan semuanya orang kata bersabar, tabah hati. Inilah ujian untuk kita semua. Jadi
yes, it is very unfortunate that our friends in Johor and some people over in several other states in Malaysia are currently facing this problem, this natural disaster. Let's hope and let's get together and pray for them, for their safety and well-being. Right here from TVS, Muhammad Yusuf, Kuala Lumpur, with our videographer Zulkifli reporting from Kuala Lumpur. Tune in tonight for TVS Utama for more news from us right here from the Parliament. Thank you, and back to Lorenzo.
Thank you, Yusuf, for the updates all the way from Kuala Lumpur. Now on to some international affairs. Vietnam's National Assembly on Thursday, March 2nd, elected Vo Van Thuong as the country's new president in a reshuffle of the country's top leadership amid a sweeping anti-graft campaign. Thuong, 52 years old, was elected following the sudden dismissal in January of his predecessor, Nguyen Xuan Phuc, who was blamed by the party for violations and wrongdoings under his control.
In his first speech to the parliament as new president, Thuong said he will continue to fight against corruption.
Tuyệt đối trung thành với Tổ quốc, với nhân dân, với hiến pháp nước Cộng hòa xã hội chủ nghĩa Việt Nam, nỗ lực phấn đấu hoàn thành tốt nhiệm vụ được Đảng, Nhà nước và nhân dân giao phó.
Thuong is the youngest member of the party's Politburo, the country's top decision-making body, but is considered a veteran of the party, having begun his political career at university in communist youth organizations. He is widely regarded as being close to the General Secretary Nguyen Phu Trong, Vietnam's most powerful figure, and the main architect of the party's battle against corruption.
That's all the time we have for TVS News at 5. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching.